Welcome back to Planet Podcast. We are going to talk about these two guys. Why? Because Conor McGregor has been off the scene for a minute, but very much in public eye. And Michael Chandler, well, we have to talk about Michael Chandler because he is going to fight Conor McGregor. Outside of that, I don't ever talk about Michael Chandler because Michael Chandler doesn't interest me very much. But apparently he interests the UFC enough to put them in the Ultimate Fighter as coaches. Now, why does this move make any sense to me? Because Conor likes to talk a lot of shit, and Michael Chandler likes to talk a lot of shit. Fight-wise, I don't see too much of a fight where Chandler beats Conor, unless Conor comes back into the Octagon after 2 years and is just completely different fighter and is cautious or something. I just don't see Chandler getting past him. We've seen Chandler in the UFC now, what, 3-4 fights? And aside from KO and Ferguson, we haven't seen him do anything that's been really amazing. We've seen Conor in the Octagon, and he, honestly, he hasn't won anything in a while either, since like 2017 or 2018. He hasn't won a fight. So, what makes this interesting? Just these two guys arguing with each other. That's it. I think Dustin Poirier summed it up pretty much with his response to the news, which was the Ultimate Fighter, All My Children edition, because that's what we're going to see here. We're just going to see these two guys going at it. We're going to see, their teams kind of fighting. At the end of it, they're going to fight eventually. Conor's still not in the USADA testing pool, so we have at least 6 months before he can even step into the Octagon against Chandler. I don't know. To me, I think there's other fights that are more interesting than Chandler versus McGregor. I think from a marketing standpoint, it kind of makes sense because from a marketing standpoint, Chandler will promote the fight. Conor will promote any fight, but Chandler will promote. We don't always see that from the other side of these fights, right? When we don't really, you've got like, for instance, Islam versus Volkanovski coming up here. And he's upset with the promotion that the UFC has done as not being enough. But is it really all in the UFC, or should these guys hype it up? I think they should. I think that's what we're going to get out of this. And I think for Conor's comeback fight, I like the idea of him going through the Ultimate Fighter because he will be in your face without fighting. He's going to be fighting without fighting. And I think it will be a good way to really promote kind of a mega fight. I just don't know that Michael Chandler's the guy for the job to be on the other side, but we'll find out. Well, I guess we'll see. There's nothing on the line for Conor to defeat him, and everything on the line for Chandler to defeat Conor. So for this, it doesn't really make sense to me. It's not, I guess if you want to look at it from a money standpoint, it's the best way for them to hype up a fight. They're going to do the Ultimate Fighter anyway. So why not use that platform to garner a bunch of views, to hype up a whole bunch of people for the return of Conor, and then who he's fighting kind of doesn't matter, right? Because I think Conor's going to talk shit to just about anybody in front of him. So at that point, it kind of makes sense. I just don't know if Chandler's quite the guy. I guess like I said, I think maybe they picked him because he has the best counter personality-wise to Conor's aggressive shit-talking style. That's got to be it. Let me know what you think. We're a long ways away from this fight happening. I might actually check out the Ultimate Fighter when they're on it, just because of Conor. I haven't watched that show in probably 12 years, so we'll probably check out a couple and see where it goes. But I'm interested. I'm interested to see where that goes. I'd like to see Conor back in the UFC as a fighter. I do like watching him fight. He's entertaining to fight. He's a great striker, etc., etc. But we'll see what happens. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one.